Okay, I wanted to start off first. It's minhag to start off with a milsa de b'dichusa. It's not really a joke, but it's like a maisa. It's a good maisa with the Kloisenberger Rebbe Zatzal. There's a minhag by Hasidim that they throw apples by the tish. A lot of the Rebbes, the Hasidim are there, and they throw an apple. Not sure the Tam Hadover. No, the Rebbe throws at them. B'torah is like a bracha. They should all grab and catch it. Like, I think it's something to do with Chakal, Tapuch, and Kadishin. Not sure, but that's what they do. I'm sure there's a minhag kaddish to it. The Rebbes are doing it. It has to have a good sherish, chas v'sholom, to make any chayzik of it. But that's the minhag. People were jumping all over each other, and they were grabbing the apples, and people were probably getting hurt. Like, you can imagine. I mean, I've seen it happen. I went to once Alta Vision Rebbe. I went to his titch. He was actually throwing matzah balls, but whatever it was, the people were probably jumping over each other to get the thing. Either shal shirayim or stama bracha, whatever it was. People were getting hurt. So the Rebbe's son went over to him and told him, "People are getting hurt. We can't do this anymore. So we should stop with the apples." Now it's designed to the apple. The apple was no design for the apples. Forget, they're grabbing it. But people are pushing, getting hurt. You have to stop it. So the Rebbe told the son, he said, "Go be mefarsim to the olam that whoever tries to grab an apple is going to have aniyus for 10 years." So aniyus for 10 years is a pretty stark zach. And so he said, "Listen, you can catch the apple, but it has to like mamish fall at you. You can't jump." So by the next tish that they were throwing apples, so everybody stayed in their seat, nobody got up. And then there's one Alta Yid that he got up, and he was mamish jumping all over the people, grabbing apples and acting like, terrible, going crazy to chop the apples. So the Hasidim went over to him and they said, "Juldik, the Rebbe said that whoever is going to jump over people to grab the apples are going to have 10 years of aniyas." He said, "Yeah, I heard it. They said, "So no, what are you doing?" He says, "You don't understand. I went to the doctor, and he told me I have 3 months to live. The Rebbe said if I grab apples, I'm going to live by aniyas for 10 years. I'd rather live by aniyas for 10 years than be gone after 3 months." So I go to Maisa. Anyways, but I wanted to show you, first to start off, that the word we're talking about this week, we talk about Baruch. There's a bracha that, I don't mean to steal your thunder, but you triggered me anyways, a little bit. That everyone has the same kasha. What was Bilam's Hava Amina? That he should be Makal Klal Yisrael. Ki Baruchu, what are you doing? Everybody knows that a klal or something like that in that vein has to come from Shemayim. So what are you doing? So answer is that a bracha of a tzaddik, usually that's what people look for. The bracha from that tzaddik. Why? If you take the word Baruch and you break it up, so the first two ICs is Rav. That means who should you go to for a bracha? You should go to a Rav, right? Or you could say Rebbe if you want, but it's the same shirish. And the last two ICs is Chavav, because the Rav will know how to be ma'ir by Rabbeinu Shalom to send the bracha down to us. So it's the Baruch Chavav that he will be ma'ir by the Shem Havayit that he should send the bracha down here. So who could be considered such a darga? And so I wanted to say over a Maisa, there's many Maisas with Gedolim like that, which shows you that these people are strictly Ruchni and Gashmi plays no role. I learned to meet yeshiva many years ago, Shmuel Birnbaum. And one year for a Hanukkah present, the shir decided he didn't have an air conditioner in his house. They decided they're going to make a collection and they're going to put an air conditioner in his house. So they collected the money and they wanted to go to the house to put an air conditioner in. So they went to Rav Shmuel. They said, "Can we have a key to your house? We want to put an air conditioner in." So he said, "No." So they said, "Why?" He said, "Because there's no key. There is no key to the house." And he said, "Besides, I don't want an air conditioner." So they said, well, what's pshat? He says, "There's no key to my house because I never locked the door because there's nothing to steal. If you're going to put in an air conditioner, then I'm going to have to get a lock for the door because they could steal the air conditioner." So I'd rather not have the air conditioner, then nobody could steal anything. So the Bachram couldn't get any place for Rav Shmuel because it was talking nothing. And then he came to his house. It looked like the house of Rabbi Aaron Steineman's. That's how that there was 5 unmatched broken chairs and there was nothing there. It was kulei ruchni. And so they went to the Rebbitzin. And the Rebbitzin said, "Oh, you want to give air conditioner? We need air conditioner." She said that Rav Shmuel Taka Schwitz is gefährlich in the summer, and he mamish can't be sovel the heat. So if you get him an air conditioner, be gewaltige Zach. And so we'll put she said, anyhow, I really want to lock on the door because I'm pushing afraid, even though at night they locked it anyways. So Maisa, we got excuse me, we got him the air conditioner and we put a lock on the door. Trying to show that the Yidden Gedolim. The end was he got the air conditioner and he got a lock on the door. And by day they still didn't lock it, but at night they locked it, but there was a key to the house. But what I'm trying to show out is what, you're supposed to be Mekabel Rav. Who should be your Rebbe? Who should be your Rav? Someone that's Kulei L'Shem Shamayim. Nothing Gashmius in this world matters to them. That was it. Now to go back to the original question of what was Bilam thinking that he could make a klala on Klal Yisrael. So I have 2 timing to say. One is we know that there is a thing, let's say when a person eats by his table on Shabbos, so it's brought down that if a person sits by the table and he doesn't say Divrei Torah, it's as if he ate from Zivchei Mason. What is Zivchei Mason? Because I didn't say Divrei Torah, Zivchei Mason? What does that have to do with anything? Right? We know also that Mayim Achronim, you have to wash Mayim Achronim because there's a Zuamah that's coming from Melech Steimis. Shaila is why today there's no Melech Steimis, why do we have to do it? So Sfarim HaKadoshim say that the reason is because in every person's table sits there Malachei Chabola. And what they're doing there by that table of yours is, yes, everything you eat is you're supposed to be eating Al Taras HaKodesh, and you're supposed to, everything you eat should be L'Shem Shemayim, and there should be no L'Shem Taiva in anything that you eat. But it's so easy to fall in, right? So therefore they're standing there waiting that extra piece of chicken that you're going to eat is not because you're eating it because you could go to yeshiva the next day and learn shtarka, but you're eating it strictly L'Shem Taiva. And that L'Shem Taiva is an easy way for the Sidra Achra to get into your kishka. Now we know that there's a thing that we have to feed the Sidra Achra Kedei L'Chyos, right? That in other words, you're supposed to give him a certain amount, but not too much. Because if you give him too much, then he's going to be yonik from the Kedusha, and he's going to have more koyach. Bilam thought that he could feed this koyach of the Sitra Achra, and what he'll do is he'll feed him a little extra serving, and then the Sitra Achra will have more koyach, and that koyach is coming mipchinat HaKedusha. And then, if it's coming from Pchinas HaKedusha, so even though you really can't curse Klal Yisrael because Ki Baruchu, but since I'm being yonik from Kedusha, so therefore he thought that mitzad the Kedusha, he'll be able to be Makal Klal Yisrael. Because it's coming from a Makom Kadosh as opposed to a Makom Tumah. What? Barkabanis, he was trying to be yonik from different parts that he should be able to feed the Sidra Achra in order to be Mekal Klal Yisrael. That was his Havamin. Obviously it didn't work, but that's what he thought. The question is, what was Bilam's Havamin? He was a Navi. The other pshat is that I saw, is that, this I think I told you, but we know that every Nevuah, even though he was the greatest Navi by the Goyim, and you know every Nevuah is B'derech Chizayin, that you have the Navi has his job. Why did the Navi have to be such a tzaddik? In order that he could interpret what the Nevuah was, to be able to give over. Usually it was a Musa to Klal Yisrael, to be able to give over properly to Klal Yisrael. But so he thought that what can he do? That what he could do is he could take that Nevuah that he's going to see, and he could interpret it the way he wants, because he's the one that's giving over the Nevuah to Klal Yisrael. So he can interpret it in a way that it'll come out that it should be a klala for Klal Yisrael, and that nobody should chap what he did. In other words, it wasn't just that he was going to curse them straight out. He was going to do it in Nazar Eifen that it should seem like a bracha, but really he could teach that thing that he saw in the Nevuah, he could teach it that it should be a klala as opposed to being a bracha. So I'm just trying to show that the kasha is, what was Bilam's Hava Amina? So you can say that those two times were Bilam's Hava Amina in order to be Mekal Klal Yisrael. The answer is that it doesn't work because Klal Yisrael is considered a baruch, and one of the koiches of Klal Yisrael is Ki Baruch Hu, and we know what's Pshat Ki Baruch Hu because we have a chiv to make mea brachas liyayim, and if you're coming on to the spheres, in every sphere, the 10 spheres is 10 spheres in each sphera, and that's your kuf, and it comes back to the aleph yud kuf, which is from the 1, the 10, the 100, and that's like the Haya Haiva V'Yiyah in Kudsha Brichu. So there was no way that to take away that Kedusha from Klal Yisrael because it's what you call ironclad. And on that note, we should always be zeicher to many brachas, and we should always be receiving the brachas. And even Chas V'Shalom, we get what's perceived as Yisurim, which someone could teach it as Chas V'Shalom, a klala, that it's all a silver lining. That it's because our schar comes la'asad lavai, nothing comes. If what we think is good here b'hai alma is lav dafka good, and what we think is bad b'hai alma is really good because it's going as a einish b'hai alma, and it'll be coming as a schar la'asad lavai. We shall be zeicha to brachas ad b'lidai.